ready to go in this round of 8 in J-Man in the 38 Death Wish car. ENEA knockout, one row behind, paired up with Punisher in the 2. Michigan's the real MT in the big delivery cars inside of Penny in the Pennzoil machine. Can't forget about ENEA Lindo, Sir Brunson in the number 20, Beeford in the 14, of course, Lucky Dog 345 in the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. ENEA Hound Dog at the back of the action, paired up with Black Hammer. But at the front, it is Old Tweeter getting ready to race. This is going to be something to behold. Tweeter to the inside of the 4 PTH, the GOAT, waiting for that ever-important signal. Green flag is out at Kentucky. Let's go racing. Repeat 1975 says, can barely hear you, bud. Let's fix that. There we go. Thank you so much for that heads up. Repeat 1, 2, 3 coming out of the second corner now. PTH the GOAT sitting third in line behind the 18. Repeat hosting the stream to start here. He says, good luck everyone and have a great broadcast. Thanks again, Pete. Appreciate you, buddy. Coming at the end of the month, he and I will be broadcasting one final hoorah to NASCAR Heat 5. Pete giving me the all clear audio-wise. It's going to be a fun little 8-race mini-series, if you will. Cannot wait to get that started. What a way to send off this notable game in the NASCAR community. KFB 18 early on to the inside of the 21 of Old Tweeter. These two fighting for the lead. Into turn number 1. KFB down to the inside of Old Tweeter. Those two come together. Here comes the 4 of PTH. ENEA shotgun right now riding fourth, but trying to get there. Here comes Dr. Bush looking to make it 3 wide into 3. Repeat saying star-studded field brought to you by ENEA. Talk about a star-studded field. We're going to have a lot of these ENEA guys as well, but of course some of the old guys from eSpark, a couple of old leagues joining in as well. We're really going to see a lot of the celebrities, community celebrities that we've gotten to know and love over the last year. That's going to be just so much fun. I need to get exact details and dates on that. We'll talk more about that as the show goes on. Pete's going to be in the booth. I'm going to be in the booth. When's the last time we worked together? I think it was last October with Atlanta Racing. That was just too much fun. Can't wait to do it again. At the front, the number 4 of PTH the GOAT continues to lead comfortably. KFB to the outside of the 88 ENEA shotgun with Old Tweeter in the 4th position. The number 24 of Dr. Bush currently sitting in 5th. This time by 33 laps is what remains in this opening stage. There to bring you those facts one more time. You're going to see stage breaks at 39 and 76 laps, 133 laps. We'll see the end of competition, and there's the points for those that are curious. Got to move these graphics around a little bit. I just realized I don't have the footer at the bottom of the screen, but you see Lucky Dog 385 on the top. This is the first of 2 races in the round of 8. Drivers above the red line will make it through to the final. Drivers in the yellow zone, the yellow to red under that red line. Obviously, drivers in red out of the playoffs. Drivers in yellow sitting under that bubble. Behind the 18, You've got the 24 of Dr. Bush to the inside of Old Tweeter. 30 laps to go in stage one next time by. The 78 of ENEA Knockout sitting in fifth behind that 24. Here's J-Man in the 38 to the inside of the 21 car. Out of the second corner, up along that emerald green wall. 38 to the inside of the 21. 13 behind them. ENEA Knockout still rolling in the fifth position, almost the buffer between the lead pack and the rest. So far, single file, Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, your top three. This 17 of Knockout coming into this race, missing a few races this season. Points-wise, Knockout not in the playoffs anymore, so he's just here for the win. Drivers like PTH the GOAT currently leading this race sit third in points. KFB under that red line, sitting fifth in points. He is actually tied with fourth place Old Tweeter. Once again, points being reset into this round. If any of those playoff 8 manage to win tonight, they will punch their automatic berth into the ENEA Season 3 final. Punisher, one driver who didn't make the playoffs, but still in his first year, not doing too shabby, riding along behind the 9 of ENEA Lindo, out of the playoffs in the 11th position points-wise. This, the battle for the 8th position, the 12 to the inside of the 38, and here's the 42 car of the Real MT. These drivers fighting for 8th. The Real MT knocked out of the playoffs. The 38 of J-Man not in the playoffs. The 12 of Henny in the playoffs, sitting 7th, tied, well actually technically tied for 4th place in the points. Repeat 1975 in the chat talking about that ENEA send-off final, or whatever we're calling it. He says it kicks off Sunday, August 29. Time to be determined. And we got to determine what channel it's going to be on, too. Action at the back here as one car starting to lose control. That's the 20 of Sir Brutz. No, that's the 2 of Punisher, who's gone around out of the 4th corner, and it looks like he's stuck in the wall. Something seriously wrong with the 2 car. Okay, something demonically wrong with the 2 car. And, oh, the leaders are going to come through. This is going to pose a big obstacle. You can see the leaders out of 4. Punisher back on his job. He's moving in the right direction. He's got the foot on the gas. But here come the top 5. Dr. Bush manages to get into the 3rd position, now working on his Hendrick teammate, the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. For 88-24, your top 3. The 18 sits in 3rd. You've got the 17 of ENEA Knockout sitting in 5th, with Lucky Dog, who started well outside the top 10, now moving to his inside for that 5th position. The 38 of J-Man making contact with the 12 of Henny. Henny, who's in the points, making contact with J-Man. They come together again into turn 3 early on in this race. Stage 1 isn't even over. These guys throwing haymakers headed into the corner. J-Man winning that drag race across the line, now with the 12 once more, trying to squeeze the 12 up the racetrack. Henny holding his line. And now welcome the 14 of Beeford into this battle also. Ford, Chevy, your top 3. There's the 3rd place car, Dr. Bush. The 2nd place car, ENEA Shotgun. Riding around in 5th is KFB 18. That'll knock ENEA Knockout down to the 6th position. KFB coming into this race, looking like he could be the champion. He's got championship material. He wants it this year, but as the points stand, he is currently out of the playoffs in the 5th position. But don't count him out, because he is tied for 4th with Old Tweeter, Pot Pie and Dip, Henny, and Shotgun. So still so much race left, so much of the playoffs remain. 18 struggling now on the outside, trying to get a semblance of a line on the inside of the 17, nothing doing. PTH the GOAT still leading as the 2 of Punisher nearly comes out and clatters that wall. The 4 Bush Light Apple Machine really taking everyone to school. The 17 now down pit road with 20 to go in stage 1. Could this be the start here of when drivers will come down for tires and fuel? Looking at the leader, PTH. Their 2nd place, Shotgun. And the 88 car's coming down. Shotgun is in as well, a bit earlier than we predicted. We thought 19 to 24 laps was going to be that fuel run, but they seem to stretch it a little further than previously anticipated. Shotgun is in, so now the onus all on the 4 car, and it looks like PTH signaling his intent to come down pit road. And the 4 will do exactly that. The 13's coming with him. The 18's coming down as well. Here comes the 42 and the 38. That's the 3 car of Hound Dog, who will come down pit road as the 38 goes for a pirouette, slamming the wall before the pit road entrance. Knockout is out of pit road, back in the 15th position. He's got to catch back up to these leaders. Repeat 1975 says, looking forward to PTH in that 8-week farewell season. He is always strong. Sean Fry says, old timer. We're all old, John. We're all ancient, falling apart in here. That's why we love NASCAR so much. The 12 car of Henny coming across that line. Just a young buck. Repeat calls John young buck. There is nothing young about John Fry. You can hear the age in his voice. Rocky's in the chat. Mama Vol's in the chat as well. Glad to have you folks enjoying this round of 8 race, or the quarterfinal, if you will. Only 3 races remain as Fry Dog cheering 10 bits. Thank you, Fry. Appreciate you, pal. Always loyal with the view. Back towards the front of this race, however, the 17 sitting in 15th. The 4 car being scored as the leader. There's Shotgun, who's right behind that 4. Ford, Chevy, your top 3. And so far, they're getting close out of the 4th corner now. 4, 88, 13. Your top 3 across that line. Will the 88 of ENEA Shotgun make a serious run for the lead? Here comes Lucky Dog to the inside of car 88. Chevy on Chevy action down the back straight. Shotgun grinds along the wall. That will give the 13 plenty of room to make his move. And he's hunting down the 4 Busch Light Apple Ford of PTH the GOAT. There is Lucky Dog 385 in the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. 25 laps underway at Kentucky of the scheduled 39 in stage number 1. When the first stage ends, we'll take a quick 60-second break, then we'll be back for 1388, your top 3. 25 laps now complete. Repeat cheering on Bama, Trema, and Rocky as well. There's 2 viewers that have never strayed away from tuning in week after week, talking about Rock NASCAR 388, and Bama Trama. We know they're going to be there for our 8-week NASCAR Heat 5 send-off when we get that rocking at the end of the month as well. But between myself and Pete, these two tune in and say hi in every last stream we do. And I've never seen fans more benevolent and loyal to us and this silly little craft that we do, but we love so very, very much. Always hats off to Rocky and Mama. And of course, repeat 1975. Pete, send my love to the 1975 family. I hope you all are doing well. In the final 13 laps of stage number 1, the 4 leading the 13, but the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 wants to drive for that cycle again. Coming to 12 laps to go this time by. The 4 and the 13 have done an exceptional job of pulling away from the rest of this field, especially in the early stage. So drivers have a lot to think about and a lot to play for. 13 now behind the 4. Let's ride along for a couple laps with Lucky Dog. .13 to the inside of car number 4. This is the move for the lead. The Geico Gecko Chevrolet to the inside of the Busch Light Apple Mustang. Out of that second corner, 13 washes up the racetrack, giving the 4 car no room. Down to the inside, coming to the final 9 laps of the opening stage, side by side out of 4. 13 has the advantage. Down the front straight across that line, Lucky Dog 385 leading that lap against the 4 car with 9 circuits remaining at Kentucky. Repeat 1975 in the chat says, someone needs to wreck Lucky and show them why the 13 is unlucky. Lesser drivers in a less respectful community. I tell you what, as far as keeping the race close, yeah, love to see a caution out there. Why not? But you got to catch the 13 to wreck him first. Rock NASCAR 388 saying, congrats, Lucky Dog, on your iRacing win tonight in the Legacy Trucks. This guy just never stops winning, does he? Just in everything he does, all he does is win, 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 no matter what. 13 ahead of the 4 coming to the final 7 laps of stage 1. Beeford in the code 3 car, trying to gain some positions. Sir Brunson by himself. Here's the 9 of ENEA Lindo. He's rolling behind the 3 of Shotgun, coming out of turn 4. 12 of Henny has some space to himself. The Punisher, who's now catching up to the 13th place car. The 17 of ENEA Knockout, who had some damage on the way into pit road. Otherwise, he would be sitting in that top 5. Speaking of the 13th place driver, and he shall appear. The 38 Death Wish Coffee Ford of J-Man, also with plenty of room by himself, despite the front-end damage to his Mustang. Sitting in 3rd, Dr. Bush with a mirror full of M&M Minis. Camry, 18 now to the inside, trying to do a crossover, look to the outside. 5 laps to go, this time by for the leaders, 28, 18, 88, battling for 3rd. Look at this, almost 3 wide out of 4. There's the 18 now trapped on the outside. The 18 grinding up along that wall. 24 and the 88 to the inside, trying to hold on to 3rd. 4 to go for the race leaders. And there they are, 13 just ahead of the 4 car with 4 circuits remaining. Here's the 18 trying to muscle his way around the outside. KFB 18, who went on an incredible run last year, 24 into the 18. Couple of cars going around. No yellow flag. We still stay green despite that action. 24, 42's involved. 88's gone around. Big slam up against the wall there. 3 laps to go for the leaders now. 13 still ahead of the 4, and it looks like we're going to race this one to the end. 4 car now looking to the inside of the 13. He's got a fender. He's got a fender and the speed into 1. Will he have the momentum out of 2? 4 car along the inside of the 13 now. Lucky Dog 385 on the outside. PTH the GOAT to the inside. 3 miles remain in the opening stage. Here comes PTH the GOAT to the inside of the 13 Lucky Dog. They touch. 2 laps to go in stage 1. 4 car clears Lucky Dog. New leader with 1.5 laps to go. PTH the GOAT. But here comes the 13 of Lucky Dog. He puts a fender to the inside of the 4. 4's not clear. 13 to the inside. Lucky Dog in the Geico Gecko Chevrolet to the inside of car number 4. Coming to the white flag in stage number 1. 4 clears the 13 with the momentum on the outside. 1.5 more miles in this first stanza. Tires and fuel have reached their limit. Will the 4 and the 13, well, they will make it presumably here, but we'll see if the 13 has any runs out of turn number 4. PTH the GOAT looking to cement his place in that final, punch his ticket, and this is the first step, winning the first stage. Out of turn number 4, it's going to be PTH the GOAT winning stage number 1 by a hair. The 13 of Lucky Dog behind him for second. ENEA Shotgun finishes third in stage number 1. Fans at home, we're going to take a quick 60-second break and be back for the start of stage 2. Getting ready to start stage number 2. We've got the 48 of Blackhammer at the front of this one with the 4 of PTH to go to the outside. 48 did not pit and he will not get going. So now it's the 4 of PTH the GOAT leading at the start of the second stanza of racing. We're now ad-free for the next 19 minutes and change, so thank you so much for dealing with that pesky ad. No more ads for the next 19 minutes. And look at this hornet's nest out of turn number 2, to quote the great repeat 1975, trying to get settled after this restart. Car grinding up along the outside, retaining wall. That's ENEA Lindo trying to get himself into line. Now the 18 of KFB 18 finding some semblance, some peace and quiet as the 4 car pulls away with the lead. ENEA Shotgun in the 88 car falls into line just ahead of the defending champion, Old Tweeter. 37 laps will be the distance in this second stage of racing. 35 laps remain. 1 second is the gap between first and fifth. Everyone's getting sorted out here. The 4 of PTH the GOAT leading this race, but look who's behind him, the 13 of Lucky Dog. Not invincible, though. We've seen that Lucky Dog is plenty beatable. 13 scrapes along the wall. Repeat saying hell of a statement for this driver here, PTH the GOAT, to win stage number 1, and look at how he's pulling away. Now drivers, there's Blackhammer who just has not moved, and it looks like the 48 could be out of fuel. The 13 in second place, and right behind him, look at this mess here. Beeford, almost a 3 wide, fight for third. ENEA knockout at the front of this one, 3 wide for fourth behind him. That's 7 for fifth, almost 4 wide now. Look at them funnel into turn 1. The 17 car sitting in the 4th position ahead of him. The 38 of J-Man rolling in 3rd. The 13 car of Lucky Dog in 2nd. And all of these competitors being led by PTH the GOAT at the front. Out of this 4th corner now. 4 car still leads. The 13 not closing up that gap. 30 laps now remain in period number 2. Old Tweeter, the defending champion, closing up the gap behind that 17 car. Meanwhile, the 38 of J-Man, you can notice he's closing up the gap to Lucky Dog up ahead in car number 13. Maybe a little bit of hustle and bustle from this 38 car, trying to catch up to the rest of this pack. Dr. Bush in the 28, getting up close to that 21 of Tweeter. This driver trying to get his win as well. He's got a couple wins this season, as you see. The 48 of Blackhammer makes his way out of pit road safe and sound. Coming into this race, Dr. Bush, 2nd in points. 3 markers off of Lucky Dog, 385. PTH the GOAT behind him, and Old Tweeter just on the bubble, but the defending champion Tweeter currently finding himself 1 spot better than Dr. Bush in the 24, tied 4th all the way through 8th. Stage points will make that difference today. ENEA shotgun behind all of this mess. Perhaps he's just conserving resources, staying chilled out, staying in the back as well as he can. That's going to keep KFB in the 3rd position. Chevy, Toyota, your top 3. ENEA knockout, knocking the door on the M&M's Camry. Battle for 3rd. Up high, that's the 38 of J-Man getting a bit out of sorts. He's going to tumble through the running order, but he'll sneak in behind the 88 of ENEA Shotgun. Running in the 7th position, J-Man 8th. The real MT is 9th, and now these two side by side, the 24 and the 21. Tweeter, the defending champion, now to the outside, being overtaken by Shotgun. Shotgun to the inside of Tweeter. That's going to put him in the 6th position. Now working on Dr. Bush for 5th. To the inside of the Exalta Chevrolet. Puts a bumper to him. Nothing doing. 13 laps now underway at Kentucky. 25 to go in period number 2. And there's the 88. He's made a mistake, just slams the inside wall right in front of traffic. There goes the 2, and caution is out for the first time today. John Fry saying we have tons of people out here losing everything to these wildfires. Could use some prayers. We will keep California in our thoughts and prayers. John Fry, thank you so much for letting us know. Fans, you have just a quick second to grab a snack and a drink before we get racing again. We've got 10 seconds until that green flag. Actually, we could probably bring a little more color and life to this. I completely forgot the footer for this event, so let's add that now. There we go. Plow this right at the bottom. And there we go. Green flag is out. That looks a lot better and less unseemly. Old Tweeter starting the inside of the 2 car, but at the front, the 4 and the 13 still perched side by side into 1. 17 gets into the wall. A couple more cars getting together, still struggling. There's the 38 who gets into the wall. A couple more have been involved. Still green. So far, the 17th knocked back to the 11th position. Just the 38 car goes around. Car still moving at speed. There's the afflicted driver, the 38 of J-Man. He's got his work cut out for him as the second stage goes on. 19 laps about to be underway of the scheduled 37 in this middle stage. Ford, Chevy, Toyota, your top 3. It's the 4 of PTH, the 13 of Lucky Dog, and the 18 of KFB holding the podium positions. Now looking to the inside of the 13, using the draft, coming to 18 to go in this second stage. 418 running, 1-2, 13 now in the second position. It's Mustang, Camry, Camaro. Here comes Dr. Bush and the 42 of the Real MT. Welcome him to the top 5 for the first time today. The 3 of Hound Dog looking like he's having some connection issues coming out of the corner. We hope that's not the case. Approaching 10 to 10 on the East Coast, and fans that might not know about that bump, it's something that has plagued this community since almost immediately. One car extremely slow on the top side, and the caution is out. That was indeed the 3 of ENEA Hound Dog, and we're going to restart the second stage inside the final 15 laps. PTH the GOAT leading this race so far. Hopefully he's having a good time up there. Let's see if we can bug him real quick before we get racing again. Nope, he's unavailable actually, but we'll try and get a word with Dr. Bush. There he is. Dr. Bush, Rick James up top. You got me, buddy? How's the race going for you so far, Dr. Bush? 10 seconds to green. You got a shot to win stage 2?
I got a fast car. I don't know about winning. I hit that glitch pothole thing earlier. It caused an issue for me and KFB, but hopefully we can turn it around and get some points here.
Best of luck, Dr. Bush. Restarting once again. The 21 of Tweeter, our pole sitter on the outside of row 3. PTH the GOAT to the inside of KFB, and the green flag is out. Let's resume stage number 2. Ford, Chevrolet, Toyota, your top 3. PTH the GOAT leading the procession with Lucky number 13 laps to go. Lucky Dog 385 in the number 13 Geico Gecko Chevrolet, sandwiched between the 4 and the 18, swapping cars last year. to this year, from last year to this year. A dozen laps remain in this second stage now. Here comes the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. 12 to go in the top two, starting to pull away again. The 4-car winning stage number 1. Will he hang on for another 12 laps and get the win in the second stage? 13 has other plans, and the 18 of KFB holding back, biding his time with a mirror full of Exalta Chevrolet and the defending champion Old Tweeter, rounding out the top 5. Eleven laps remain, coming to 10 to go. Next time by is the 13, planning a move. Let's ride along with KFB, watch the battle for the lead. There indeed is that battle for first. The 13 to the inside of the 4. PTH the GOAT being overtaken for the lead. 13 clears. 18 goes around him. New leader, Lucky Dog 385. Four-car stuck on the outside. 24 of Dr. Bush to his inside, almost 3 wide with the 21 of Old Tweeter. 9 laps to go in stage number 2. Here comes the 18 of KFB. He's got a fender under the 13 car. He gets a bump from the 4. 13 has momentum out of 2, and he will stay uncontested up front. Pulling away on the outside, just has such a smooth exit out of the corner, buttery smooth. That's what keeps him ahead by this distance thus far. 7 to go, next time by in stage 2. A reminder to the fans, we'll take another 60-second break at the end of this second stage, and we'll be ready to go for the money stage just 60 seconds after stage 2 concludes, so stay tuned for that. Then tomorrow night, the OG Racing League continues its playoff seasons plural, that's right, on Thursday night. Tomorrow night, they do the trucks, and Saturday night, they've got the Cup Series. OG Racing League. The BLR trucks will be at Talladega tomorrow night. The Cup Series will be there Saturday night. Cannot miss those races at all. But for now, stage 2 and ENEA coming to a close. 5 to go. Next time by 13, 18, 4, your top 3. The 24 of Dr. Bush sitting in the 4th position, pulling away from some of this traffic, namely the 88 of ENEA Shotgun and the 21 of Old Tweeter, fighting for the 5th position. Coming to 5 laps to go. Contact out of turn 4. The 88 now has to give up a lot of time and momentum. The Motorcraft Ford to the inside of the NOCO Chevy with the McDelivery Camaro watching in the distance in 7th. '21 clears the 88, but here comes Shotgun again. This is for 5th. He clears him. At the front, KFB applying the pressure to the 13 car. 4 laps to go in stage 2. Four and a half miles remain in this second stanza. 13 leads. 18 has to get a move on. Will the 4 pressure him? There's PTH, the GOAT, coming into this race, sitting third in points. Lucky Dog leading the points into round 3. If he wins, he will punch his ticket into the next round of those playoffs. All 4 of these drivers eligible to qualify for that next round of racing, the final round of racing at Las Vegas, tonight at Kentucky, next week at Iowa, and Vegas will end that championship. PTH, the GOAT, rolling in third. KFB sitting second. Lucky Dog, your race leader. Stage 2 white flag, this time by You're looking at 5th and 6th, respectively. The 88 of Old Tweeter in 5th. The 88 of Shotgun, the 21 of Old Tweeter, 5th and 6th. PTH, the GOAT, sitting in 3rd, looking to get to the inside of the 18, but everybody's focused on this car right here. Couldn't get it done in stage number 1, but he's going to get it done in stage number 2. The 13 of Lucky Dog, 385, gets the stage win, and right behind him it looks like the 4 of PTH, the GOAT, edges out KFB for second in stage number 2. Fans at home, quick 60-second break, and we'll be back to start stage number 3. Repeat, wishing everybody a good night as we get back to racing. Green flag is out and the money stage, stage number 3, is on. Out of turn number 4, 13 leads the 4, leads the 18 across this line. 84 laps underway, 51 laps remain at Kentucky in this first race of the round of 8. Lucky Dog leading PTH. Here's KFB in his M&M's Minis Camry. The 24 of Dr. Bush sitting in 4th, and now the 4 car to the inside of the 13. This is the challenge for first. 13 has the momentum out of 4. 4 has the speed, has the inside line out of 4, but it's translating into speed now. 4 wins that drag race now. 50 laps remain at Kentucky. Down this back straight now, here comes the 18 car challenging for the lead to the inside of PTH, the GOAT. KFB 18 driving that M&M's Camry to the front. He's your new leader at Kentucky. The 88 car now getting to the inside of PTH. This for second. Now here comes the 88 to the inside of the 18 for the lead. Can't make the car stick. 87 and 1/2 laps underway of the scheduled 134. 18 for 88. Your top three cars, but look how tightly packed they are into turn number 3. Like metal sardines being squeezed together in the can of turns 3 and 4, but KFB, the one brave fish that escapes and pulls out to the lead. 1 second separates first and 8th place. 46 laps to go, this time by. '88 cars into the wall, and it causes a big stack up. ENEA shotgun scraping along that wall. Now 3 wide to his inside on the outside of the 21 and the 38. 13 coming up that inside lane now. 4 wide out of turn 4. Look to the bottom right of your screen. Contact between the 38 and the 13. Lucky Dogs into the grass. More contact headed into 1. Drivers beating and banging, swapping paint and everything else they can imagine into these high-speed corners with the high banking. The 2 of the Punisher scraping along that wall. Knockout finds some peace and quiet. He moves into the 3rd position now, watching the 18 and the 4 pull away. M&M's Busch Light 5th, 3rd are the 3 cars at the front of this race. Here comes the Death Wish Coffee Ford of J-Man. Punisher looking at all this calamity up ahead, saying, how do you get through this? 24, washing up high. He'll scrape along the wall. 18 comes down in front of the 2 car. Big crash down the back straight. The 9 car of Lindo goes for a tumble. The 2 of Punisher trying to survive. And caution number 3 is out in tonight's race. Got to give a big shout out to the folks over at ENEA and DI9, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DI9 Designs. Posting graphics on all platforms multiple times a week, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use their discount code DI9 Designs on CircleBSales.com for 20% off all your diecast and merch orders. For free shipping on all your diecast and merch orders over $20. I have got to get that right. That's my bad. But going back to the line, getting ready to race again, KFB starting up front. Green flag is out. More calamity at the back now. 42's been involved, but cars not spinning, just a couple tagging that outside wall. ENEA shotgun brings his car all the way down to the inside. Nothing doing though. 18, 438, your top 3, and they're starting to scramble behind. 40 laps remain. Into the 3rd, a corner. 18 still leads. 4 car following him, slightly listing up the racetrack to that emerald colored wall. Back down to the grass under the yellow line. Not out of bounds, as you might see at other tracks like Daytona or Talladega, being that this isn't a foot to the floor, 205-mile-an-hour super speedway. Drivers can race to the inside of that yellow line. The apron here is indeed fair game. Highest ranked Chevrolet sitting in 4th place. The 13 of Lucky Dog lives again, coming back to take what he believes is his. Again, the playoff driver that wins this race will punch their automatic berth into the Final 4 at Las Vegas. Right now, it's all about the top 3, with 4th and 5th trying to get closer. It's the 13 and the 21 of Old Tweeter and Lucky Dog 385 running 4th and 5th. Punisher 6th. Shotgun 7th. ENEA Knockout sitting at the edge of the top 8. Dr. Bush is 9th, and Henny rounding out that top 10. We've got 37 laps remaining at Virtual Kentucky. Still in that single file pattern, 18 and 4 at the front of this field. KFB ahead of the 4 car of PTH the GOAT. Lucky Dog has worked his way into 4th. And look at J-Man, who's sitting in 3rd. Drivers cannot go the distance on 1 tank of fuel. They'll still need at least 1 more pit stop to be able to go that distance. 13 getting closer to the 38. Keep your eye on that Geico Chevrolet. Lucky Dog 385 no longer being clung onto by the tight quick lane grips of the number 21 Motorcraft Ford, being driven by the reigning champion Old Tweeter. The Geico Gecko trying to get closer, and he needs a boost of energy because the Death Wish Coffee Ford is right on the heels of the top 2. Hammer very slow out of turn number 2 once again. Something's gone wrong with the 48, but now he seems to be picking up speed. From Tweeter's position in 5th. You can see Punisher closing up the gap to the 21 car. 18 and 4, nose to tail, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, your top 4 that are in frame. Car looks to the outside, now back down to the inside. KFB, is he just stringing along that 4 car? Are the 38 and the 13 conserving resources, knowing that there's 1 more pit stop to come? There should be no rush from these drivers. They know they've got to go at least one more time down pit road to be able to secure their fuel mileage to the end of this race. The 88 of ENEA Shotgun sitting 8th. ENEA Knockout running 9th. And a big shout out to the 17 car of Knockout streaming laps for us tonight. A very, very difficult thing to do, especially when you're trying to drive as well. So we got to give a shout out to the 17. I believe PTH the GOAT is streaming as well. And got to give a special mention to Panic, who is streaming for us all year long. J-Man still sitting in 3rd, holding his own against car 13. Holy crap. Volksfan rating with a party of 16 people. That's just cool. And once again, it speaks to the generosity of Terry Radford, a.k.a. Volksfan, coming through with a huge raid, most likely ending just from the Wolf Pumps folks. So he's bringing in all the Wolf Pumps crew. We're going to get a lot of hashtag Wolf Pumps in here in just a minute. So let's welcome them with open arms. There's Fireball Woody right away, and hashtag Wolf Pumps. What's going on, Wolf Pumps people? Thank you so much. Volksfan 88 rating with his Wolf Pumps crew. You guys have joined at an excellent time here. Battle for the lead continues to rage on. KFB 18 just holding on to the position ahead of the 4 car. PTH the GOAT sitting in the 2nd position. Dan Buttafuoco, Lucky Dog 385 sitting in the 3rd spot now. He manages to get around J-Man in the Geico Gecko Chevrolet. This time by across the line. 28 laps remain at Kentucky. It's only the first race in the round of 8, but there's only 3 races left in the season. Win tonight and you're into the final. Finish second or worse, and your life still hangs in the balance next week at Iowa. With 27 circuits remaining, the 18 and the 4, the class of the field thus far, but they can't rest on their laurels just yet, because the 13 of Lucky Dog 385 will be packing a punch and expect pit stops to come sooner rather than later. Right now, PTH the GOAT challenging to the outside of the 18 car. The M&M Minis Camry tucks down right to that goldenrod yellow line, same color as the Camry. The Busch Light Apple Ford sees that 13 creeping closer and closer. It's go time for these drivers. Go time for my phone as well. That's what you just heard flying across. It'll be 25 laps to go this time by. And if you're just joining once again, I'm Rick James, bringing you uninterrupted green flag coverage of the conclusion of the round of 8 here from Kentucky. CMW also with a hashtag Wolf Pumps as well. Thanks again, Fireball Woody, with a hashtag Wolf Pumps. What's up, Wolf Pumps crew? Glad to have you folks here one more time. Got to give a shout out to them. I was there calling a Wolf Pumps race a little while ago, and Volsfan has been nothing but generous in introducing me to the Wolf Pumps crew, the Turn Down for What crew, all those folks. So much fun to talk to, and I'm so glad they could be here to catch the final 25 laps of this race. It's going to be a shootout for this win. We'll see who gets the shine from that blue moon of Kentucky when this race is over. VolsFan88 says, wrapped up our final race from the VolsFan88 channel. I hope it went well. Terry, let me know how that went. I know it was a very, very special night for you over there. I trust it went well. ENEA shotgun. Sitting in the 6th position. That's Dr. Busch up ahead in 5th in the Exalta Chevrolet. Volsfan saying his stream went fantastic. Glad for you, buddy. Happy. The 21 of Old Tweeter sitting up ahead in the 4th position. And there's those two coming together. Was that a twitch? Was that some lag from the 4? You just saw those two come together and instantly separate. The 18 of KFB, still the undisputed leader, now washing up the racetrack. Here comes the 4 car peeking to the inside. Out of turn number 4, the Busch Light Apple Ford can't find an advantage on that bottom lane. 18 still leads. 22 laps to go in this race. Pit stops coming, if not this time by, then next. 18 down to the inside, and that's the signal in ENEA and a lot of NASCAR heat leagues to come down and take tires and fuel. It's the money stop for car 18. He's in. 4 cars staying out. 13 is coming with him. Here comes Lucky Dog as well. And at this stage of the race, a speeding penalty will kill any chances you have of a win. 21 laps to go. The 4 car of PTH the GOAT leads this race. Dr. Busch is in 2nd. There you see the 4 car signaling his intent to come down pit road. 4 car wiggling on the way in. Is he out? Is something wrong with the 4 of PTH? Here comes Dr. Busch in 2nd. Will he also come down for tires and fuel? He will. Will the 17 follow suit? He will also. Here comes the 9 of Lindo also. He's in for tires and fuel. The leader is in. There's the 18 car just leaving pit road in 1st. Lucky Dog right behind him. They'll be coming to 19 laps to go. Will they be able to hang on to this lead? It's getting down to the wire. Vols, I'm glad your race went fantastic. Who won, bud? How did it go? Give me some details here. Talking to VolsFan88, who just wrapped up the Wolf Pumps race. A lot of the viewers here joining us from Wolf Pumps. The 18 is something wrong with the connection there. You just saw the wiggling about. Something you really can't do manually. That comes from a poor connection. Hopefully that's Hopefully that's on my end and not the 18 car's end. He gets around the 4 of PTH the GOAT, and how. Fantastic advantage from the 13 car as well. And look at the lead. That M&M's Minis Camry is caning it now, trying to stretch that lead as far as possible over the 13 of Lucky Dog 385, and there is the 4 of PTH the GOAT rolling in third. Old Tweeter, the defending champion, sits in fourth. 18 laps to go, this time by. There is Tweeter sitting in the 4th position. There's the leader, KFB 18. How far will he stay ahead of Lucky Dog 385, and for how long will be the question as well. Drivers should be good to the end on tires and fuel, but will they? And when, or if we should say, if a caution does come out, how will it affect strategy? So much to play for. The 18 of KFB, he is in the championship hunt. There you see, first driver under that red line, 4th through 8th, all tied in points, but only 2 markers behind the top 3. KFB 18 could cement his spot in the final with a win tonight. He's just got to hang on for 17 more laps. Once again, a big shout out to the folks at DI9 Designs bringing us this race and the past few races here at ENEA. They'll be seeing us all the way through the final at Vegas. KFB still ahead, still rocking that lead to the 13 of Lucky Dog 385. So now the question is, when will the 13 pounce? Because he's not known to rest on his laurels and do absolutely nothing. There you see Black Hammer and Hound Dog are 2 DNFs, unfortunately. It's a 10-second gap between 1st and 10th place, where Lindo occupies. But here in 3rd, it's not even a 5th of that. Fewer than 2 seconds is all that separates the 18 and the 13. The 3rd of PTH the GOAT winning stage number 1. Lucky Dog getting the stage 2 win. Will it be KF getting the stage 3 victory? Now coming to the final, I believe, 16 laps of racing here. The 13 has to kick, but as the old adage goes, it's one thing to catch, and it's quite another thing to pass. Lucky number 13 laps to go, and Lucky Dog 385 is running out of time. 4 cars starting to catch him up. It's still Camry, Camaro, Mustang, your top 3. A dozen laps remain next time across. Fans at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sticking here through the end and rocking with us while we bring this ENEA season to a conclusion. If there's anything I can do to make your viewing experience that much more fun, drop me a DM on Twitter. Let me know what we've got to do to keep our Rick James fans ready for every single race. We cannot do these shows without you, and you guys are everything. You guys and girls are absolutely everything to this channel and this stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. Coming to the final 11 laps, let's tune into this action. The 13 car slowly reeling in the 18, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Only one way to find out, and if the 13 pushes too hard, will he have the tires to make the pass at the end? 10.5 laps remain. There's that 10 to go signal as the 13 crosses the line. The 14 of Beeford also succumbing to the servers and DNFing, as is the 20 of Sir Brunson. Horrible for those two bringing up those points. You see Beeford not in the playoff role, and Sir Brunson was out as well, so not much loss there for those two, but still not the finish they were looking for. Lindo and Hemi all by themselves in the final 10 laps. The 42 car of the real MT by his lonesome. The Michigan driver, though, just ahead of the 7 of ENEA Shotgun. He's running 6th. Not a bad run for MT in these final laps. The 2 car of Punisher. It hasn't been the most successful run for the Discount Tire Ford, but he has done well to keep it off the wall. After the Stage 2 calamity, he's running 9th out of 16 cars. The 2 car loose out of 2. Is he running out of tires, or is he just signaling his intent to come down pit road? He's already done so, so I wouldn't believe he'd come down this time, and he won't. Just loose off the corner. There's our 7th place driver and our lap streamer tonight. Once again, big shout out to ENEA Knockout for streaming all our laps this evening and allowing us in the broadcast booth to keep up with the on-track action. J-Man, unfortunately, who is having a good run, not available. And look at that. Top Esports, new channel name. That can only be VolsFan88. Coming in with the new channel, so basically it's going to be just an aggregate racing channel. VolsFan, give us a little blurb of what your channel is going to be about here now that it's called Top Esport. 6 to go next time by, and the 38 of J-Man hadn't DNF'd. He was only coming down pit road. Are we going to have last-second pit stops? There's the leader, KFB, the 13, right behind him. Will the 18 now have enough fuel as we see green flag pit stops underway with 5 laps to go? Top Esports saying we want all broadcasters to come in and lean like Terror Squad, like lean back and do the rock away, or like Al Green, like lean on me. Learn. Oh, learn. He says, learn LOL. All right. Yeah, look, I'm thinking, how are the broadcasters going to come in and... He says my keyboard sucks. Vols, don't worry about it. I knew you meant learn, but I'm not going to pass up that opportunity to name drop Terror Squad. 4 to go this time by the 18 M&M's Minis Camry of KFB 18. Leading this race, and he's looking like he's going to get that W, but he cannot count out that 13. Although the 4 car is closing that gap, the 13 of Lucky Dog 385, getting closer, and of course, we could still see one final caution to set us up for a thrilling green-white checkered finish. Absolutely anything is possible. Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford coming to the last 5 laps of action. Those are your podium positions, and they're going to get the most points at the end of this race, but it's all about that win tonight. KFB looking to get the dub, looking to stamp his ticket into the final round. He's going to have 2 laps to go this time by. Three miles remain at Kentucky, and what a drive it's been for every single one of these drivers. The 4 car in 3rd, PTH the GOAT, coming into the final 3 races. 3rd in points, winning stage number 1. Lucky Dog 385 sitting in 2nd. He comes into this race leading the points by 3 markers, and then KFB 18, the first driver out of the playoffs. He comes in 5th in points under that magical red line that does not see him into the final, but now the white flag is out and he's got 1.5 more miles to go. KFB 18, if he hangs on to this hot rod, he will be tonight's winner, and he will be the first driver with an automatic berth into the final. But here comes the 13 car, mounting one last charge. Does the 18 have enough fuel? Will the 13 come into frame? Here comes Lucky Dog, mounting a charge. Will he come around the outside? There's Lucky Dog. The 18 is out. The 18 car is out, and out of the fourth corner, drag race to the line. It's Lucky Dog 385 who gets that Kentucky win on the last lap of racing. Can you believe it? You saw the 18 slowing up. You knew he was running out of fuel, and at the end, the 13 pounced. Lucky Dog 385 getting the win on a last lap, last corner pass at Kentucky. How about that? The Blue Moon of Kentucky keeps on shining for your points leader and now finalist, Lucky Dog 385. Fans at home, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have top 3 interviews in just a moment. On the podium now, what a thrilling finish at Kentucky, and what a way to start the round of 8 now with our third place finisher, KFB 18. KF so close, and yet literally 50 feet of fuel away from a win.
Yeah, man, Rick. I knew I was gonna be close right there. I wish I could have stayed out another lap right there on that pit cycle, but I wasn't going to be able to stand out front leading the lap, so I was burning a little bit more fuel than the guys behind me, and try to keep the pace right there at the end to not let Lucky get my draft, but try to save right there. And I just didn't save enough, Rick.
You still got on the podium, still a good points day, but less than a quarter of a lap was the difference. We'll see you next week at Iowa.
Thank you.
Our second place driver in the number 4 Busch Light Apple car, PTH the GOAT, stage 1 winner, but at the end finished second by half a car length.
Yeah, man, I knew I had to stay out one more lap to have the best chance to win, and I actually ran out of gas heading into the pits on that last stop, and that's ultimately what cost me the win. But congrats to Dan, and I'm glad I race in this league. It's a good show.
It was a great show. We're glad you raced as well, man. Congratulations on that silver medal, and we'll see you in a week.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Our winning interview brought to you by DI9 Designs, the Chase Elliott custom graphic design page on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DI9 Designs. They post graphics on all platforms multiple times a week, on top of taking requests on all types of logos, Chase Elliott wallpapers, iRacing schemes, and more. Follow and DM them for more details. They are not affiliated with Hendrick Motorsports or Chase Elliott. Be sure to use their discount code DI9 Designs for free shipping on all your diecast and merch orders over $20 at CircleBSales.com. And now the winner. Driver of the number 13 Geico Gecko Chevrolet getting another win as the points leader and punching his ticket into the Las Vegas final. Lucky Dog 385. How lucky did you get there?
Pretty lucky. considering got shuffled to the back twice. We started 14th in the back, and then we had a really, really good first stage. A lot better than I thought how it was going to go, and then we won stage 2. Just had really good pace, but I was really struggling with getting the handling right in 3 and 4. It would just plow in 3 and 4. It was very tight, so I was just trying to figure out what I could do differently. And there wasn't much I could really do I could have done stuff to the car, but it would have really hurt the long run. And I was just doing the best that I could to make sure I got a good grip on it, and also make sure I got home on fuel. So I was doing some, trying to do whatever I could to make sure I saved a couple of liters of fuel and a couple of feet of fuel. And I could tell when the 18 was starting to slow down that he was really short on fuel. Like, I gained about half a second in that second to last lap. So I was feeling a little bit better there. It was just all about making sure that I knew when he was going to run out of fuel, because I didn't want to hit him or cause a wreck or anything. And timed it perfectly there. Got a little too loose off 4, almost lost it there, but came home with a win. And I just want to say a big thank you to everybody over at ENEA for these great league races. You, Rick, for putting on the great broadcasts. My man Fry Dog for all the good support and for allowing me to race in this league, for introducing me to the league. And it feels good to win in Kentucky, and good to make it to Las Vegas for a finale. It's going to be very hard. I don't really expect to have the best pace there, but just hopefully we can come home with the championship. That'd be great.
Congratulations on that win. We'll see you in a week's time.
Thank you, bud.
Fans, that's going to do it for us tonight. What a thrilling finish and another excellent chapter of ENEA racing. And I just realized the graphic says Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and obviously that wasn't Indianapolis, despite the picture being Kentucky. But you know what? Graphics don't matter when we have a race like that. What a good finish. Don't forget, tomorrow night, the OG Cup Series, the OG Truck Series is at Talladega. Same with the Cup Series Saturday night. We'll be back in a week's time for the final round, the semifinal of ENEA from Iowa. Until then, fans at home, stay safe, take care of each other, and we will see you all